The following video was developed to assist prospective and current buyers of the VersaLift system to understand how easy it is to install an attic lift. While it does require a level of skill, many homeowners and handymen have installed their own lifts. The procedures and policies in this video refer to the Model 24. Please refer to the 32 manual for the Model 32 installation. We offer 3 different types of lifts: a corded lift unit that has a 15-foot cord and a controller attached. This cord is able to come down through the attic ladder and opening or used upstairs. A wireless model that has a remote control, and an in-wall switched model that comes complete with 2 switches, one for upstairs, one for downstairs, and 50 feet of low voltage wire. The VersaLift can generally be installed in 4 to 5 hours. We highly recommend that you have a helper, and if you have any doubts about the installation process, hire a professional. Most importantly, read the instruction manual that came with your lift. Consult our website or call one of our engineers that are available. If your attic is not already decked, you will want to deck the area around the lift before installation. For installation, the following tools will be needed: a hammer, circular saw, nails, screws, framing square, tape measure, drill, level, square, handsaw if available. All of the screws, nuts, and bolts needed for the install and assembly are included. You will also need matching lumber for your joist bracing. The unit is shipped direct to you by UPS in 3 manageable boxes. For electrical power to the VersaLift, you will need a single 110-volt AC grounded electrical outlet to plug in the 6-foot power cord that comes with the unit. It's generally recommended that the outlet be on the same switched circuit as the lighting in your attic, so that when the attic lights are turned off, the power to the VersaLift is also turned off. This arrangement will be more convenient for you and will prevent unintended operation of the lift. If you use an extension cord, it must be a heavy-duty 3-wire type with grounded outlet. The motor for the VersaLift only pulls 5 amps. Step number 1 of the install is to read the instructions. Please do not try to shortcut the installation process. Following the manual step by step will save you a lot of time. As you survey the area for your new lift, keep in mind that the Model 24 requires 48 inches of headroom and the larger Model 32 requires 60 inches. Also consider that you will be bending over to scoot things on and off the lift and want to avoid hitting your head on any part of the roof structure. Regarding the attic floor space, consider things like electrical wiring, gas lines, or other obstructions that may be interfering with the opening you are making for the lift. Electrical wires can easily be rerouted by an electrician. Also, survey the area where the lift is going to come down so it is not going to be on top of anything or in front of any doorway. Make sure you measure the distance from the attic floor to the garage floor when ordering the correct size of VersaLift. There are many different types of home construction, thus many types of floor or ceiling joists. Make sure you refer to the installation manual and consult with your VersaLift engineer if you have any questions about your lift install. Shown here are just some of the ways that VersaLift can be laid out. After you have made the correct measurements and double-checked them, you can cut any joists that may be necessary and block out both ends to ensure that the framing area for your new lift is correct length and width as well as being square. The framed opening for the Model 24 should be 22 1/2 inches by 46 1/2 inches. Inside dimensions, and the Model 32 should be 30 1/2 inches times 58 1/2 inches. Refer to the installation manual to verify all measurements. Once you have everything framed out and secure, you can replace the attic decking. Cut the decking hole and prepare to cut the ceiling sheetrock opening. Make sure no one is standing below, and you may find it handy to place a trash can below to catch the sheetrock dust and pieces. When the hole is complete, you can now mount and cut the plastic corner pieces that help to guide the lift into place. You can now begin to assemble the upper part of the lift. This should be done in the attic. We suggest putting a tarp or blanket down before you assemble the lift to catch any screws or bolts that are dropped in the process. If you've purchased our most popular unit, the wireless unit, the first step is to install the wireless receiver that came with the lift. These can vibrate loose and become damaged in shipping, so we always ship the wireless module separately. The installation guide does a great job of explaining this operation. Finish assembling the top part of the upper hoist frame and set it over the opening. Make sure the frame is level and screw it down to the attic decking. Leave the screws slightly loose so you can make any slight adjustments required when testing the lift. You may notice that the lift is slightly splayed, thus the lower portion of the legs is wider than the upper portion of the legs. This is on purpose and part of the design of the VersaLift. Now that the upper part of the lift is assembled and installed, you can focus on the lower portion of the lift carrier. You will find this procedure easier if you have a table in the garage to assemble the lower carrier unit upside down on a table as shown in the video. It is extremely important that you follow the installation manual step by step for this process, and it will go smoothly. Make sure the 4 springs in the legs of the unit are fastened properly. When the lift goes up into the hole of the attic, the VersaLift closes up against the ceiling, and the 4 springs in the 4 legs of the carrier will stretch until the unit has automatically come to a stop, even with the attic floor. At this time, the VersaLift will automatically shut off. After you have assembled the bottom portion of the lift, set it squarely underneath the new attic lift opening and drop the 2 carrier cables down to the lift. Keep the cables taut and secure them as shown in the manual. Do not cut these cables, just wind them around the studs as shown. Before testing the lift, go back through your steps, checking to see that all the bolts, nuts, and screws are secure. Also, there is a plastic tie holding the release arm of the upper lift that you can now cut. Make sure the corded remote and power cord hang freely from the rear of the lift motor and are not wrapped around the housing, the legs, or the motor. Make sure the key switch on the standard or power switch on the wireless is in the off position. Then plug in the power cord. Stand clear of the lift mechanism and keep your hands clear too. Turn the key or power switch to on and jog the up direction switch and watch as the platform comes up. When the platform nears the opening, jog or bump the up direction switch to move the platform in small increments, watching to make sure that it does not catch or bend the opening. If it hangs or bends, turn the key to the power switch off and unplug the power cord. Then look to see what the problem is. Correct any problems before continuing the operation. When the platform reaches its upper limit, the upper limit switch will stop the motor and stop the platform. The first time you use your new lift, take it very slowly up into the opening to ensure that the lift does not catch on any obstructions you may have missed. You should know by the installation procedure as well as the instructional manual that there are 4 springs in the 4 legs of the carrier unit that are attached to the ceiling cover. These 4 springs allow the ceiling cover to close tight against the ceiling while the VersaLift carrier continues to travel up the opening. When the VersaLift carrier becomes level with the attic floor, the VersaLift will automatically shut off. When operating the VersaLift, you continually hold down on the control button until the lift comes to a complete stop in the attic. It will automatically shut off. When operating the lift downward, the same action occurs. Thank you for purchasing an attic lift from us. We are in great business because we make the chore of moving your valuables up and down your attic area safer and easier. We know you will have many years of service from your new VersaLift, and we are always just a phone call away from helping you in any way that we can.